Do you get burnt out a lot? Well, I did too. And during my 10th and 11th and 12th phase, there was just a series of burnouts which I, over the years, progressively learned how to break through. Is burning out normal? No. Should it happen? Again, no. But do we all go through it? Yes. In this video, I'm going to share with you the tips and tricks that I use personally to conquer burnout. And yes, it's not fully gone away, it does sometimes come back. But just so that you guys do not face it as much as I did during my preparation and study phase, I'll share with you some things that you can implement in your life. Here we go. My first and foremost tip for all the juniors is that toppers focus on quality study. I know that most people try to drag out the amount of time they are studying, but if you're studying for 12 hours in a day and you're not studying properly, see, it doesn't make sense because your brain is not functioning to its fullest capacity, as in compared to when you would study for 5 hours and with full concentration. What I would highly recommend is setting a timer and then studying, as you at least have your focus on how much time you're spending on a task. My second tip would probably be study smart and not just hard. This was a mistake I made throughout 10th grade, and despite going into 11th grade, the pattern continued until 12th, where I met some friends who actually taught me how to study smart. Now, I implemented a very weird method in 12th grade. Not necessarily I'm saying this, you have to follow it, but it is just for your information. So this method was something called the octopus technique, and it's totally new. So I think it's totally new. Since an octopus has like 8 legs, I decided I would split my day into 8 sections, where each section I would try to conquer something new, either a new topic or a new chapter. Because if you start doing the same thing for all those 8 sessions, you will get fatigued, right? It's the normal method of the brain working. It could be different things. If your vacations are going on, pick 8 different themes. Maybe it could be coding, or it could be piano. If you basically choose what you like. For me, in those days, I used to choose chemistry in one, physics in one, then brush up on this chapter, do tips and tricks, things like that. And I think that is very helpful. But there are many study ways that can help you study smart and not just hard, because I tried to study hard for a long time, and trust me, it doesn't give you good results. I worked so hard in 10th grade, I worked so hard in 11th grade, but if you do not see the same amount of results that you are putting in, you'll get demotivated after some point. And that's what happened to me. So please try to implement smart strategies. Okay, my third, very important, I cannot emphasize on this enough, get enough sleep. Please get enough sleep. I know so many people like to pull all-nighters. They like to compromise on their sleep. Just one more chapter, I'll finish. One more exercise, one more sum. Look, your brain, unless it is well rested, it will not function properly. I was one of those people, not in 10th. I was a very sensible kid in 10th grade. I used to not pull all-nighters, and I used to not stay up beyond 11 o'clock to study. But in 12th grade, I developed this really bad habit of staying up till sometimes 2 a.m. That was very unhealthy. I'll probably insert a chart here or somewhere, showing the minimum amount of time that person of that age group should be sleeping, because that is actually, it's such a big problem. People do not sleep enough, and I wish I hadn't done that mistake. It really messed up everything. So please sleep, please study, just chill, okay? Enjoy the process. Okay, so here's the next one. This is a personal mistake that I made, and this led to me burning out a lot. And before I tell you, let me say, it's gonna sound very funny. So I used to have a habit of watching TV or I used to just binge watch Netflix for a few minutes each day. Basically, what I'm trying to say is when I stopped watching it, my productivity went down. So, watch it if you want to watch it. Point is how I actually overcame burnout and all the strategies that, or all the things that I did to avoid it for as long as I could. So, most importantly, I think what y'all should implement in your life, and this is the easiest thing to implement. It's not too hard. Please structure and plan your time. Set realistic study hours. If you know कि मैं 10 घंटे नहीं पढ़ सकती हूँ या नहीं पढ़ सकता हूँ, 10 घंटे मत प्लान करो, 5 घंटे या 6 घंटे का शेड्यूल बनाओ. Even if your teachers, if your friends say you should study for 15 hours for this exam, or if your friends boast about it कि भाई मैं तो 11 घंटे पढ़ लेता हूँ, it's okay. Like they have their own limit, right? And how do you know that they're studying or they're actually doing time pass and then they're saying that you study for 11 hours? Something that really helped for me is like maintaining a planner. This was my daily planner and it still is. I had one even last year. Basically, I use this for time blocking because I believe time blocking is much more important than to-do lists. For example, I'll show you one page that I planned in this. Now this is really, it's purely just me, it's how I do things. And yeah, I get very creative with it. I put stickers and stuff. But this is my to-do list. So this will basically be like where you put your goals. You can also like set time bounds. You can try to limit the amount of time you put to one topic, because as you know, Parkinson's law, the time will expand to fill the interval that you have given it. If you've given 3 hours to your homework, it will take 3 hours. If you've given 30 minutes, realistically it might finish in 30 minutes. So that's how I basically planned out my day. My next tip is use active study techniques like flashcards, problem solving, instead of reading, revising. The flashcards that I used were these. I used them throughout 11th and 12th. And no, this is not a paid promotion, but I'm just saying that these are really useful and they did help me a lot. I think it's very also useful if you make your own flashcards with things that you feel are important. But either way, just use active recall. Okay, so to all those burning out, really important message. Don't compromise on your physical health. Okay, bhai, exercise, drink enough water, get enough sleep. Please, मतलब पढ़ाई के अलावा हमारी लाइफ है. It's not that without studying we are nobody. Okay, we have a life. Even during my 11th 12th, मैं वॉक्स पे जाती थी शाम को और योगा ओकेजनली करती थी, मेडिटेशन करती थी. You have to, because we have a life, okay? So keep that in mind. Okay, my last tip is, and I would like to end it on this note, dedicate time for what truly makes you happy, okay? Make time for your hobbies, be it playing an instrument or skincare routines, or if you like, I don't know, singing, anything basically. Just make time for it, writing a book. So at least you know that at the end of the day, you are doing productive things and not just studying, because that's a mistake I made in 11th and 12th. Sacrificed everything mostly, except for, as I said, I used to do a few things here and there. But it is very important that in a day you live a balanced life. Very important. So I just thought of sharing my personal experience. I am very fond of baking and I took my spare time to bake. Just an idea that I'm giving you. So yeah guys, that was it for this video, and I hope you guys got a lot of tips and you all will follow them, because I don't want you guys burning out. So enjoy studying and happy studying. Bye bye.